Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode. Oh, god damn it, Ostranauts. Okay, no, there it is. Okay, stop. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie. This is my third time trying to record this episode. One time I have had a crash. Another time the game didn't crash, but the visuals literally stopped updating. I could still hear the game. In fact, I could still click and hear things happening. I could pause and unpause, but visually nothing was happening. It was a static screen. So we're going to try this again. And I will say that this is going to be the final Ostranauts episode for a little while. At least the final Ostranauts episode on this particular version of the game. Because while I do really think that the concept for this game is absolutely freaking brilliant, I am sort of hitting certain personal limitations with quality of life, a tiny bit of automation I would like more. Not too much. I like that it's gritty and very manual and micromanagement oriented, but it needs a little bit of quality of life there. And also, I know that they're still actively working on a lot of content. One of the things that has always been the case with me in an early access game, I've never wanted to burn out and overplay an early access game while it was still only partially built and only getting a partial amount of enjoyment, but already have gotten sort of burnt out on it, that when the full version comes out, I'm like, meh, not that interested. So anyway, but mostly, well, right this moment, I've had a very frustrating morning trying to get this recording done. Hopefully this will go okay. I guess you were hearing this. I guess this recording went okay. But mostly for me, as has been, I think, fairly clear to everyone, there are certain just quality of life kind of issues that I'm personally looking for. And maybe I'm alone in that, but that I'd like to see. So this is going to be episode, 14, 15? A pretty decent series at this point. There's certainly more that we could do as is. First of all, one of the things we could do is make enough money to buy the rights to a wreck, to either convert to our own ship, or I did notice over in install over here, because I was looking through things, I was actually wondering, hey, is there a shower in this game? And I have to make the assumption that no, presumably it would be under this category, the one that's got the sink in the toilet, and there isn't one. So I guess the hygiene packs are the only way to get clean, because the sinks don't seem to do it for me, unless I'm missing something. There's this AR cargo thing over here. And of course, we can't build these directly, which is fair. I mean, part of me is like, well, if I've got all this like metal and motherboards and motors and things, like, could I build some of these things? And the answer is no, and I think that's fine and fair. I mean, conceivably, maybe you could build like a shelf or a bin out of some raw parts. But I mean, realistically, you can't build one of these just out of nothing. But I'm quite curious about this towing brace, and I'm wondering if this is the other thing you can do with wrecks that you purchase the rights to, is you just, rather than, say, board them, bring them to the point where they're navigable, and then flying that wreck over to a station and selling it, and then presumably maybe using one of the ferry services to get back to your old ship. I guess what you can do is maybe just tow the thing back and then sell the wreck, which is kind of interesting, but presumably we'd have to buy this in one of the shops at the station, or find one installed on a ship and then install it. And I think it's perfectly fair that in this game you can't build things from scratch. What I wouldn't mind seeing, just because sometimes it feels a little cumbersome to do the design and redesign and build up of the ships, and it's like, it's a fairly crunchy mechanical thing. I would like a system where maybe you could build a blueprint, even potentially outside of the game, or outside of a campaign, like from the main menu, access a mode where you can build your own blueprints for ships. And I think I have seen some people do that, but maybe the ship blueprints they do don't get built inside the game. They might get built like, by people modifying files or something. I'm not sure. And then just applying the blueprint over here and having your person, queue up all the jobs to do that sort of thing might be kind of vaguely interesting. But anyway, what we're going to do first of all is we're going to go and explore the ship. We have our EVA suit. We've got our bag. I guess I'll equip the knife. It's a small vessel, and we've got a pretty good view on it. I don't think there's anything here. Ideally, I wouldn't want to do this in my EVA suit because I'm a little bit concerned about having it be completely smashed and broken. And we could just do it in a pressure suit instead, but it seems okay. All right, we got a door over here. I guess I will scrap that door so we'll have access to the full ship. But yeah, I think we can probably just... No! Click the knife. Thank you. Definitely do not want to take off the EVA suit. It's a good thing it doesn't actually get removed until you, like, plop it in the inventory there. Just having it to your mouse doesn't do anything problematic. Okay, we have access to the entire thing now. So now... Okay, since this job had already been queued up, even if you're not on an auto task, this has been signaled manually. I guess you're coming back at it and presumably grabbing the motherboard that we needed. And we will install the nitrogen pressure alarm. And then we're going to go and strip the ship down here. So I can speed this part up a little bit. There you go. So that has been repaired. I mean, it might still, yeah, it's still low condition, but that's okay. So we're going to install, and I think it can be installed anywhere, but we may as well put it next to the nitrogen pump so that we ourselves can keep track of things. Okay, installation times 18. Oh, just one cycle, really? Okay, so that's installed. So now I can click over here. So there, blinking red to show we do have a problem. And then over here, if I collect this and do this and wire you there, there you go. Now this is running on auto and it is going to pressurize this place. We can see the pressure going up quite quickly. I think in the past when we turned on the pump to pressurize the compartment, I think it went a little slower, but I think it's because our nitrogen tank was fairly low. I'm assuming that auto isn't any faster than just being on. That obviously just triggers automatically. Now again, we haven't actually had a problem with the fact that this space was low pressure. I mean, presumably our ears are popping every time we, take off our helmet or transition from the space station to here. But otherwise, it hasn't been an issue. It's possible that our comfort level over here, I don't know what it was when we didn't have our helmet on. A little bit cold, but that seems to happen when the pump is running, which should be turning off any moment now. There we go. There. So it's possible that the gas pressure, we may have not have been as comfortable before, and maybe that's going to affect other things, but it didn't seem important to have the nitrogen pressurized. Obviously the oxygen is important, but yeah, I don't know. But there we go. Now we have it fully pressurized. Although again, because this is not a true airlock, we keep losing some amount. We might lose a little less if I wait for this door to close behind me, but we're still going to lose this room full every time. But let's go ahead and strip down the ship. So if we go to orders, and you know what, we'll take the cans with us. That's fine. We'll go uninstall, and standard time for me to complain about, I would really like to see a box select tool over here. So we'll uninstall everything that's in this area. And then I don't want to uninstall the cargo webbing, although I suspect, no, okay. Oh, no, there's going to be one cargo web uninstalled there, but that's fine. And I think that's it. Okay, so if I give you auto task, groovy. Let's go to time 16 here. Excellent. And yeah, we'll take those CO2 cans. There's just not a lot of strip out of this ship, so we're going to grab everything. The big thing might be this nav station here, actually. And yeah, sorry, I knew this was here because, again, I sort of done this and then the game crashed. But there's a nav station here, and I haven't checked to see if there's any files on it or anything like that. But the nav station seemed to sell pretty decently anyway. And then on top of that, there might be some files that we will check to see if we can get some extra cash monies for. Because I'm not sure if our fence will buy the nav station, but they might buy some of the files inside. So yeah, we'll get these cans, we'll get this, which a lot of these, and these bins and things like that, I don't think they sell for that much. But again, we don't have very much to grab this time around, so we may as well strip it completely bare. Okay, so that's done. So what I'm going to do is switch over here, and we're going to go to haul. I mean, really, it's just loose items, but we could have everything turned on here, and I don't think it would matter. So we'll put a haul on absolutely everything. Now we're probably going to grab some trash here because we have no way of filtering against it. And again, this part in particular could really use a box select. But there we go. Unload things, then we'll get some things reparating and see what we can do. Yeah, I think this is having to pump from time to time. And you can see things get dumped in here and transfer every time here. I mean, it's fine. We've got enough stockpiled, but it does bug me a little. Presumably we can do something with maybe some sort of powered vent or something like that to keep this place. You can keep it drained. Really what you do is you have it pressurized until the door opens. And then when you want to open the door, the first thing it does is it runs the vent, drains this completely and does this. Just the only reason you might not want it completely drained all the time is because if you're not wearing the suit, you might still want to service some things in the airlock. And then you would like some pressure for that. Here, we're grabbing the antenna. Transponders don't sell for anything, but I wonder if the antennas will. Also, this is not flagged to be dragged in. Something may have canceled. So what we might do before we leave is I might try to remember to do another, big haul command. I mean, unless weirdly this never got selected, which I suppose is entirely possible. We'll do that. I might still go and do a pan over all this. And yeah, we are grabbing some trash, which is annoying, especially since we don't really do efficient hauling here, right? We don't fill up our backpack in the zone first or anything. Oh, a few more trips. Boogity boogity. That looks kind of done. Now, Petra will start doing some auto repairs, which is fine. Let me go and do, oops, orders. Another haul. There's something there. Some batteries which are missed. Some things in the cargo webs. There we go. Again, wouldn't it be nice to have a box select tool instead of doing this nonsense? All right, so a few more things. Presumably, Petra will finish this auto repair job and then go and finish the haul. Oh, power tool, low on power. Well then, come over here. No, not uninstall. What are you doing? Oh, you got the light selected. No! Hang on. Cancel. Cancel. No, can't. Cancel. Okay, that was weird. Okay, battery charger, inventory. Power drill, yep, 4%. Inventory that. And swappy-doo. Okay, turn on auto task, which should prioritize doing this. Oh, it's doing the thing where it lags for a little bit before actually starting to work the job. There you go. I don't know if the time skip matters there, actually, because it might be some sort of weird processing. Okay, and then after you've done that, we're going to just focus on loose items, repair, because I want to make sure that you're prioritizing repairing our lootables and not just random bits of floor and things. And hopefully everything has been covered. All right. So we'll let this fast forward as she goes through. She shouldn't have any reason to leave the ship anymore because we did even loot like all the motherboards, etc., etc., etc. So I could probably take off the helmet. But what if I can't? You know what? We'll do that. I think, yeah, she's feeling hot right now, which might be leading to, like, say, bad hygiene, right? We might be getting hot and sweaty, and that might be the worsening of the hygiene over there. I'm not certain, but yeah, I'm a little bit worried. Why didn't you haul these in first? I gave you this mission first. You're supposed to do things in order. Although, maybe in this case, you check the local ship first. I suppose that's entirely possible. Feeling hungry. You actually are fairly hungry. Hang on a sec. Turn off the auto task. I'll let you finish this job, but then once this completes, only times 5? Working on the knuckle duster. And you've got the drill, and you've got the laser torch. Unless you would ideally like some other tool to work on that's not covered by this. But yeah, Petra should go idle once this job is done. We'll do the thing where we put a little mouse cursor to see if we're still progressing. Yep, there it is. It's hard to tell where the full bar is, but it's got to be nearly done. Nearly done? I mean, it does look like the little white bar ticks a little further, just barely, than the peach. Peach? Yeah, sure. I'd say taupe, but I think peach is probably better. Okay. As a descriptor here. I think this bin, or the rack beneath it, still has some meals. Yeah. Yeah, this pressure here is fine. So we'll just take off the helmet for a second. We will tell you to eat. Num 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 num. Good. And then slap your helmet back on because I'm still a little bit worried. Turn the auto task on. And go back over here. Okay. Now, I wonder if I can... No, probably not. As I say, it'd be nice if I could open the user manual while this is running. I mean, I think there's a PDF version I could download. I guess I could download, go to desktop capture, and sort of put it over here so we could read the manual while work is happening. Because one of the things I might want to do is read the section on atmospherics, specifically to see if they've got a section on airlocks. I mean, you know what? Let's just quickly see. Environmental. There's pause in the game, but that's fine. Thermochem integrity test. Air pumps. Checklist. I mean, I do really like... It sounds like my character's walking, but that's just the page turning sound. I really like these manuals. The fact that they're laid out, you know, like they're sort of made like an actual manual, like a product that you'd find on a ship as opposed to a game manual. I don't know if it's the right word for it, but you know how they talk like with sound. Is it diagenic versus non-diagenic? I may not be saying that word right. I don't know where what all the syllables are. But the idea is, if you're watching a movie and there's music, that music can just be part of the soundtrack, or the music could be coming from inside the scene. Like you're in a scene where there's a band playing or there's a radio playing, right? There's the idea of in-world versus out-of-world. Usually I hear it applied to music. But with something like this, with this manual, the same sort of like, it feels like an in-universe manual rather than a game manual. Input signals, yeah. Space this, tech, the fusion reactor stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a less annoying airlocking kind of system, collision system, or warning. This has got to be just someone on a near flyby. Can't imagine anything else happening here. I suppose we're vaguely on the flight path between OKLG and the flotilla, especially depending on where OKLG is on its rotation with the asteroid. That's entirely possible. I wonder if at any point the files off the PDAs and the consoles are actually good for you. Like, can you read them to get like the location of a treasure or something like that? I don't. There is the indication that we can go and read them. Oh, this cutlass over here, yeah, it needs a buffing tool. Now, I wonder what that is, because it says it's not damaged. Indeed, it's at full hit points. What does buffing do on a weapon? Is it like giving it +1 to hit? You know? Anyway, I'm going to cancel the task on it, just because it's going to look odd to me otherwise. And then, there we go. Just deselect that. So we're just going to let this finish up. Nitrogen can. Yeah, we got the nitrogen alarm, which feels great. It is in rough shape. What we'll do, I suppose after the auto task is done, we can just, like, or after my queue jobs are done, we can leave the auto task on, you'll do repairs. But I could go and say an explicit, hey, could you make sure to repair this alarm? Now, I don't know if this alarm being damaged has any actual impact on the ship, but we've worked so hard to get it to this point. I feel like we want to make sure that it's in good situation, right? It's good shape. A few more bits being delivered. Oh, see, we did exit over here. Might have been the hall. Or you are actively grabbing parts or something? No, I think it is just, yeah, okay. It was just gone to the hall commands, and now you're just doing repairs for funsies. Though they're definitely justified. What are we doing? The N2 alarm, restoring a crate. Oh yeah, there's a crate there. Wait, is this locked? Hang on a second. Okay, I'll let you finish this job. Okay. Access lock. PDA to hack pin. All zeros. Oh, factory reset mode. When flashing, lock is in factory reset mode. Enter new pin followed by either lock or unlock. Cool. Okay. What's in the box? Splint and a Holden patch. Okay. Hey, is Holden a reference to The Expanse? Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, you're going to repair some of my stuff outside the ship, aren't you? Okay. I'm going to say we don't need to do that right now. I'm curious about the use of the Holden patch. Because, like, does it repair, does it replace a wall segment? If it just repair a wall segment, like, what's the point? I guess if we were leaking oxygen, but we could also just walk up and repair it. But maybe if you don't have the tools, I guess that kind of makes some sense. Anyway, let's clip this here. Let's swap on our pressure suit. We have another pressure suit helmet. Oh yeah, which is not clipped to our suit, which you should totally do. Let's go ahead and just drop that onto the ground. We can put the backpack on our actual back at this point. All right. Use the nav station. We will unduck. Hail ship. Undock. Target unresponsive, that's fine. Release the clamps. And just back away. Now, let's get our bearings here. So we want to get to OKLG, which is... we go on the far side. But swinging to the south, so maybe we should set that as our goal. Where are we relative to the ship? Okay, yeah. Back down. And then drift to port. Move around this thing. And then vaguely move sort of what we're going to call a southwest-ish here. And then burn. And we don't have a ton of Delta V left in our tanks. And we're going to have to do maybe some maneuvering because we're not on a direct course currently. Fast forward. Currently an hour. Well, we'd like to go a little faster than that. And might be drifting too far south. I don't know. But let's just give us more forward boost. Now, we know if we want to bring our relative velocity down to 0, we're going to have to burn this much Delta V, which right now we're okay. We have to make sure to leave enough in the tank and not be too impatient. 11 minutes, but of course we're going times 16 speed. So really it's going to be less than a minute currently, but we're not actually on a course here. Yeah, it's annoying that it's on the far side. Now we do have enough cargo space. I could be grabbing more stuff, but we don't have that much cargo space. Oh, something more like this. Yeah, we still have 3K Delta V. Well, 2.7. Okay. You are going to miss the wreck here, although admittedly not by that much. Thanks, autosave. You have a lot of faith in me, huh? They're like, maybe we should do the autosave now, just in case this moron... There you go. Proximity alarm, but just barely. Like, almost didn't trigger the proximity alarm at all. Alright, so now, I guess I could rotate. And I'm not really looking to lock in my bearing, although I suppose I could. And so now we're burning upwards. Fast forward, but not too much. There we go. Now we're trying to mostly arrest this lateral motion. Okay, stop the fast forward. Okay, I will get on bearing now. Yeah, we don't have a ton of juice left, but that's okay. We're not adding more velocity now. Yeah, we've got the low fuel warning. Thank you, prox warning. Slow. Oh, we're going to overshoot a little. Because I'm on full reverse now, and the ATA is still shrinking. That's one of the reasons I didn't fully align myself over here. But at this point, actually, I can hit match speed. Again, I think we will overshoot a little. Oh, I don't trust what this is doing. At all. Oh, we're still rotating. I also don't like that. Okay. Now a match speed is probably fine. Okay, and it's not going to use up all my Delta V. Because I'm not going that fast. But we definitely left it pretty low here. Could have just done the entire approach much slower. Okay. Good. Hail ship. OKLG. Docking. Confirm port. And we're going to come over here, toggle off the match speed, which would be nice to do on this screen. Oh, one thing I noticed on my last docking, I never thought about it, but you can hit R, which is the stop rotation button. You can use that to stop like the lateral motion here, left and right, rather than me having to like try to counter it with, you know, if I'm moving towards the right, I don't have to tap to the left to try to counter that, which I hadn't quite realized before. This does make our life a lot easier. Okay, closing in. We're not even closing in that quickly. Let me try to align, and then, yeah, just hold R. That looks fairly lined, although, yeah, there's a little bit of lateral drift here. Probably because our weight isn't actually centered. Our forward velocity is totally fine. Oops. Come on. No, there we go. We are aligned enough. Good. Like, I hope we're aligned enough. Easy peasy. Okay. So, we got some loot to sell. Standard operating procedure. We are going to go and talk to our fence first. Part of me is actually wondering about getting some hygiene stuff first. You know what? Let's do that. I think this is the place that usually sells them. There's no search here, huh? No, I don't think so. I mean, it's not long enough. I guess the other thing we could do is we could grab one of these flasks and fill it with water at the sink. Which weirdly, okay, these are ridiculously expensive, but sure. We've got the money. Let's buy one. Don't send item to the barter zone. And then we will buy a hygiene pack. So I'll accept that. Now, does the water bottle come full? Also, speaking of water, there's some on the ground. Oh, the flask is big. Oh, that's the flask. Yeah, so it did come full with water. That's probably why it was so expensive. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head to our room. Because, okay, there's a sink over here. If we right-click on this, you can see there's an option to drink and dispense liquid. If we check our sink, we can't get it to dispense liquid. This one here can't be used to fill our water bottle. Why? Why is that? Doesn't have the right kind of spigot? Right kind of tap? I don't know. And yeah, primp to improve appearance doesn't actually cleanse our hygiene, but we can use this. I guess it's called freshen up, not primp, so it is a little different. I don't know if we have to go to our room to do this, but it feels like it should be appropriate. We should go and be in our own space to do the cleaning here. Oh, it leaves trash behind? It didn't do a full clean either. Here, I'm just gonna leave the trash outside. I am a bad citizen. All right, let's go talk to our fence. And Old Imperium, please. Water drain. There you go. There is Prince Tang. Pause a sec. Offer trade. All right. So send, yeah, barter zone, that's fine. If we want to buy anything, which currently I'm not looking to do that. We grab that. Oh, you buy the console. Well, that's nice. Oh, and the file inside. Okay, yeah, you are going to give me tons of cash for this bad boy. That's great. Thrusters. Intake regulator. Another light you're paying for. Yeah, they really aren't worth anything. Okay, the antennas work decent money. That's the thing I wasn't sure about. It makes sense that that someone would buy it. Okay. 2,700 bucks. Thank you very much. I mean, we're clearly profitable here, right? We're staying ahead of our stupid mortgage. We're staying ahead of salvage fees, docking fees. That's all working fine. So, yeah, port. And then the license counter trade. I think our license expires in like 17 minutes or something like that. I think it was 22:47 maybe, so 15 minutes? Something like that. Yes, sell this, that's fine. Sell the trash. There's a new oxygen bottle, but I think it's probably empty. No, it's got pressure. I don't know, we might keep this oxygen bottle. We should throw it in our EVA suit and then sell the other one. Some random loose floor bits that I grabbed. Aerodynamic thing. Lots of call for aerodynamics in space. You know what? They're important. They look cool, and that counts for something. Okay. Tell you what, I'll sell that just to trim the list. So that was the cargo zone. Or no, that wasn't. That was zone 3. Sell you. These loose bins is fine. That. And I mean, there's some stuff inside, but do I care about it? No, I don't. Smart crate. Yeah, we can just sell the crate. How much does the crate sell for? Oh, yeah, nothing. Loose air pump, heatsink. Gotta hit these max buttons. The pressure suit helmet's fine. That's not the one we have equipped. Okay, the fact... Oh, right, because those things open up. Tell you what, let's just do some that don't open, and then we won't get scrolled as much. An extra helmet. We've got... At this point, we've got 2 of these EVL helmets, I think, kicking around. I don't know. Maybe we'll keep these EVA suits and things. Again, part of me still wonders about a staff. Okay, so cargo wasn't done. These CO2 filters might be... We don't put them in the EVA suits. Oh, we do. You know what? Maybe I should keep one of these around. Like new conditions. Yeah, pretty perfect. So we'll keep that as well. Okay. Zone 2, aluminum motherboard, trash. And zone 1 might not even have anything. Just inside these backpacks. Oh, a little bit of trash. Oh, scroll too far. Yeah, okay. So that's fine. And yeah, if it's true that my license is about to expire, which I think is the case. 2257. I thought it was 47. But still, it's going to expire without us being able to really do anything else. I've heard you can sell them for a few bucks, actually. So it's in my pressure suit pocket? No, it's in one of my backpack sub pockets. Yeah, this permit. We can sell it back for 3,700 bucks. Let me do that, since it was about to expire. It's really weird to me that you can sell it back for so much. And then what we could do is, like, sleep. And we do seem to have to sleep for a long time for this to reset itself. Like, it felt like 4 hours barely made a dent. And fair enough, 4 hours is not a long time. We can see what's involved in 8 hours sleep. Although we might wake up before then. Sometimes we seem to wake up before then, like, hungry. I don't know. Our circadian rhythm is all going to be messed up from being in space, right? Trying to fall asleep. And we are now asleep. Then we go super fast forward and say, listen, I want to... Oh, apparently I can only sleep for 6 hours at a time regardless. Go, 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 go. This is nuts. Okay, we did sleep for 6 hours. And look at this. We're still exhausted. Now, to be fair, we've been working pretty hard. But, damn, man. Maybe we are more reliant on coffee and whatnot. But in any case, we're going to wrap this up here. I do expect we'll be playing more Ostranauts in the future. Once there's probably another, maybe another early access patch. The 1.0 release is theoretically coming out next year. Like in a few months, I think is what's being discussed, which seems weird to me because it feels like there's more left to do than that. But we'll see what that feels like. In any case, yeah, I'm very confident we're going to see more Ostranauts on the channel in the future. But for now, this run is going to come to a conclusion. Brilliant game with lots of very ambitious. It's like that Dwarf Fortress kind of thing. Is this ever going to be finished? Maybe never, but that doesn't mean it's not playable. Dwarf Fortress won't be finished for another 20 years, but that doesn't mean it's not playable now. Really enjoy it. I know that's it's a small team, if not like, can't be one developer. Well, maybe it's one programmer, and then a few artists and things like that. I do want to go and play, I think it's called Neo Scavenger, which is the previous game from the developers of this game. That is sort of a roguelike survival game, I think is what it looks like. And that's probably going to be worth giving it a try at some point as well. But in any case, thank you very much for watching this series. I know a lot of people got hooked onto playing this game after being introduced to it, so that's fantastic. Anyway, I'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.